the Golden Branch. Once upon a time, in a kingdom, there lived a prince, Prince Peerless. He was loved, respected for his kind, compassionate, just nature. His father, a horrible ruler, did not like this, and he made an excuse of his looks.
Who would ever marry this horned son of mine? How unfortunate to have him.
Don't say that! He is our son, and he is noble and able.
He's a disgrace.
Your Highness, there's a princess in a not-so-far-off land who might be just right for the prince. And her father is as rich and as powerful as you, with no doubt the same trouble.
Princess Sunbeam was one of the bravest, noblest princesses there ever was. But just like Prince Peerless, she too was born with a horn.
Marvelous. Send a note to her father. Tell him that we propose matrimony between our son and their daughter.
No, father, I do not wish to marry her.
How dare you? Do you think a normal princess would agree to marry you?
It has nothing to do with a horn. We don't know each other, and I shall not marry for any cause other than love.
Puh, love. You know what? Guards, lock him up in the tower meant for upstart and petulant princes like him. It has not been used in the past 200 years. Maybe prison will take away all ideas of love.
So, the prince was taken and locked in a tower. The guards, the servants in the tower, loved the prince, and they looked after him really well. The prince would spend long hours in the libraries and galleries of the tower, admiring the artwork and the books. One day, he noticed something odd in one of the galleries.
My, this image looks just like me, without the horn. What? Did it just move?
The prince thought his mind was playing tricks on him, so he rushed out of the gallery into one of the libraries.
Bring us back our king and queen, Prince Peerless, and you shall be rewarded.
The prince shut the book in horror, but he felt drawn back to the gallery with the moving images on the window. He looked at them and followed the path they indicated.
Who are...
Oh, my Florimond! How could the terrible enchanter do this to you? Oh!
You appear to be in an enchantment. How can I help you?
The prince heard a crack near the wall through which he had come in and saw a large eagle glide inside.
You broke my enchantment? The prophecy has come true. Thank you. What can I do for you? I shall fulfill anything you ask of me.
All I want is to be able to bring back to you your loved Florimond, whom you remembered even as you slept in an enchantment.
Out of the million things you could have asked me for, you asked to help me. Prince, you are indeed noble and brave. This horn does not become you. Do not worry about Florimond. It is not for you to rescue him. For now, I release you from your captivity in a pleasant place where you must await your glorious destiny.
The prince found himself in a beautiful wood far away from his father's kingdom. In the meanwhile, the princess he was supposed to have married was forcefully sent to the kingdom for the wedding to take place.
Ah, here comes the bride for my son.
I am sorry, Your Highness, but I will not marry a man I do not know, much less love.
If you're going to be as petulant as he, then maybe a dose of incarceration may not hurt.
The king ordered for the princess to be imprisoned in a different part of the tower where the prince had been imprisoned. Like the princess too would spend her time looking at the various galleries and libraries when one day she saw something strange.
This shepherdess looks just like me, without the horn. What is she doing?
As the princess looked deeper, she felt a strange stirring within her, as though some powerful force was egging her onto a path. The princess found herself climbing the turret of the tower and entering a strange room.
My, such exquisite treasures. What is this key? Oh, I know. This crown belongs to my beloved Prince Florimond. Keep it with you under your pillow and hand it over to the eagle that will soon visit you. Then finally, my beloved should be delivered from the curse.
The princess held on to the crown for 3 nights and 3 days. Finally, on the 4th night, there was at her window, and the eagle flew in.
Here, I believe this belongs to you.
Thank you, Princess. You've delivered me from the pain of over 200 years. The enchanter and I loved Fairy, but she preferred me. So the enchanter took my crown and put this curse on me. Thank you.
Thank you indeed. I could offer you one of 2 wishes. What would you like to be, Princess? Wise and happy, or beautiful and vain?
If I have to choose between the pairs of wisdom and happiness, and beauty and vanity, without a doubt, I would pick wisdom and happiness. For beauty is never lasting, and vanity means constant misery to ourselves and to others.
I would not have imagined you to pick anything but wisdom and happiness, and a reward for making the right choice. May the beauty of your heart reflect on your face.
The princess found herself rid of the horn, and she looked like the noblest soul there ever was. She found herself in the same wood as Prince Peerless.
Hello. I have never seen you here?
I am a shepherdess who is looking for shelter and work.
Well, there's a pretty little cottage a little way off from here. The perfect place for you. I am certain the kind old lady there will have work for you.
So the princess found shelter and work in the little cottage, and the prince and the princess became very good friends. As the months passed by, they grew to love each other and wanted to marry.
Well, my dear, love comes with tests, for where there is happiness, darkness is bound to loom. Be courageous, and you shall overcome it all.
It so happened that one day when the prince and the princess were in different parts of the wood doing their jobs, a huge dark cloud settled on the forest, and both of them felt drawn by a dark, invisible force.
Where am I?
You are in my castle where many princesses have come and almost perished. You may escape that fate if you marry me.
I can't, for I love the shepherd.
Of what use is love when you will never be able to see him again?
I don't need eyes to see him, for he lives in my heart. Let me go. I will not marry you.
In the meanwhile, the prince had been drawn to the castle of an enchantress who carried a staff made of 20 wreathing snakes.
Marry me, O prince, for you shall never be released, and you will never be able to see your love.
I do not need to see her, for she lives in my heart. I will not marry you.
Many days and months passed by.
Of what use is wanting someone who can never love you? Let me go or kill me. It is all the same.
Of what use is wanting someone who can never love you? Let me go or kill me. It's all the same.
Fine. If you cannot be mine, you cannot be his. Become a grasshopper and sing the song of unrequited love all night and day.
Fine. If you cannot be mine, you cannot be hers. Become a cricket and croak all you can. The pangs of your unrequited love.
And so it was. The princess as the grasshopper and the prince as the cricket flew across the forest looking for each other. One night after a long and exhausting day,
Oh, where are you, my dear shepherd?
Excuse me, did you just say the shepherd?
We escaped.
We escaped too. We're princesses, not some rats to eat snakes.
We are princes, not some snakes to be scared of rats. Now where is the golden branch?
The golden branch had released the fairy from her enchantment. Maybe it can help us too?
Shh. They seem to know where the golden branch is. Follow me. This way.
Welcome to our land of the golden branch.
Will you please release all the other creatures too with your magic?
The snakes at the enchantresses and the mice with the enchanter?
Trust Princess Sunbeam and Prince Peerless to always think of others before themselves. Prince Peerless?
Princess Sunbeam? Yes, the very same prince and princess who were supposed to marry each other. Now you shall stay in our land of the Golden Branch, the noblest and most powerful kingdom of the entire world, and live happily ever after.
and so it was. The noble and wise prince and princess became the most powerful and most beloved king and queen of all time.